Star Wars Extended Universe was full of some incredibly amazing stories, but it also has some stories that weren't necessarily the best, and that's okay. A lot of us who were just fans of Star Wars were just excited to be able to continue to read stories as this universe expanded and got larger and larger. But anytime we talk about the best of the best or the worst of the worst, there's always going to be this debate, and that's fine. I love it. I love having debates. So over the next 3 videos, I'm going to be sharing my top 30 Star Wars Extended Universe novels. Today, I'm going to be going 30 through 21. Some of these you may disagree with, and that's all right. And here they are. Coming in at number 30, of course, is nostalgic for me, and that is the first Star Wars novel after A New Hope, and that is Splinter of the Mind's Eye. It deserves some respect, I think, just simply because of its place in history, but as a story, it feels small, it feels a little strange, a little disconnected from time to time. So I'm putting it up here because, quite frankly, this was the very first Star Wars novel I ever read. Splinter of the Mind's Eye by Alan Dean Foster, number 30 for me. Coming in at number 29 is a book that I think sort of changed the extended universe for good, and this is a controversial pick, but it is Vector Prime by R.A. Salvatore. This book took a lot of guts for R.A. Salvatore to write, and quite frankly, it's very ambitious. It's a tonal shift, and there's a sort of this drastic change of things that have never happened before, and there's a very controversial death in here for a lot of fans if you've never read it. But I enjoyed the story, and I thought it kicked off the new Jedi Order very well, and that is, of course, Vector Prime at number 29. Coming in at number 28 for me, of course, is by Kathy Tyers, and that is The Truce at Bakura. I like this because I know Kathy. Kathy is a good friend of mine. I just ran into her a few weeks ago back at the late part of June in St. Louis at Realm Makers. I actually have this copy right here signed by Kathy. Along with Balance Point. Kathy is a very sweet person, and I love this book and the fact that it pretty much picks up right after Return of the Jedi. There's a lot of political intrigue in this book. However, sometimes I think the aliens and some of the pacing might miss the mark with some folks, and that's the reason some folks don't like it. I enjoy it. I love it, and it's just a good, fun story. It's one of those, if you're looking for a jumping in point, this is a good place to start. Like I said, Kathy's very sweet, and I really like her, and she's a good friend. So, The Truce of Bakura coming in at number 20. That was 28. Coming in at number 27 is, of course, Dark Tide 1 Onslaught by Michael Stackpole. This book right here had some really great Luke moments, I felt like, and it's a good bridge book, but it feels more like the setup for the rest of the standout adventure or something like that. So there's a lot of setup in here, but I liked it well enough. It got me intrigued. It got me really enjoying what was going to come next. And so, yeah, Onslaught. I like it. Coming in at number 26 is, of course, X-Wing, The Krytos Trap. I never know if I say that right. Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong, but that's just always how I say it in my head. And then I hear somebody else on YouTube say something different, and I'm like, oh, now I can't do that. This series, I felt like this is where the series got a little darker. And there's some great parts in here with, Coruscant being under Imperial control. And, the heroes are they constantly feel like they're on the back foot or something like that is how I looked at it. It's strong military sci-fi. I really like it, but it's definitely not within my top 25, but it's a good story still all the same. Number 25, it's been a long time since I read this book, and that, of course, is X-Wing Wedge's Gamble. The rogues infiltrating Coruscant is just fun. The espionage angle just keeps things fresh. I felt like the series really, after Rogue Squadron, started to really move after this and really go in a good direction. I love Rogue Squadron. I'm going to talk about Rogue Squadron later, but this is right here really took the series, I think, and just started sending it off like a rocket ship. So this is Wedge's Gamble, X-Wing. Coming in at number 24 is one of the darkest Star Wars novels in the EU, I think, ever. And that, of course, is Shatterpoint by Matthew Stover. Oh, man. Mace Windu is probably one of the most compelling Jedis in the extended universe, and this is basically like Heart of the Darkness. I mean, and it's in Star Wars. It's a heavy tone. It's not a light book. It can make it a tough read in a way, but it is very dark and it's very. It really is hurtful when you think about the the spoils of war and everything that goes into war, and kind of what people go through in war. And so this really takes things to a dark level, but I think it's a necessary story within the Star Wars extended universe, because it's not something I think the films really captured, the heavy darkness of what the Clone Wars was like. Coming in at number 23, of course, is Darth Bane, Rule of Two. This is basically the relationship between him and his apprentice is sort of the heart of this novel, and it's fascinating to watch the Rule of Two begin to evolve. It may not get the highs of the first book in the series, but it's still a great Sith story. I like it. Some people actually like this one better, and I understand why, but it's a great book, and so I'm going to put this at number 23 for me. Going in at number 22, of course, is Han Solo, Book 3 in the Han Solo series by A.C. Crispin, and that, of course, is Rebel Dawn. This is leading right into A New Hope, pretty much, and finally brings Han's origin story full circle. Crispin absolutely nails the voice of Han Solo all the way through this series, but this one right here was a very fun, character-driven story within the EU. I absolutely love this entire series, and I'm in the middle of rereading this series right now, but I'm going to put this at number 22, Rebel Dawn. Coming in at number 21, of course, is Kathy Tyers once again, and that is Balance Point in New Jedi Order. I actually like this one a lot better than the Truce of Bakura. This is one of the strongest family stories, I feel like, in the entire New Jedi Order, giving Han and Leia and Jacelyn and Anakin plenty to do, but it's about less about battles, I think, and really more about the emotional cost of the galaxy being at war. And of course, I have this one as well. To JJ, may the true force be with you. Kathy Tyers, for those of you who don't know, Kathy is a very strong Christian, and I was very excited to get this book signed by her just a few weeks ago, because this is one of the ones that I did not have signed by her. So, coming in at number 21, Balance Point. So there you have it. That's number 21 through 30 for me. That's the way I rank them. Some of you may not like these. Some of you may love these and wonder why I don't have them ranked within my top 10, and that's totally fine. The next video, part 2 in this series, I'm going to share numbers 11 through 20. And again, there'll probably be some controversial picks in there as well. Until next time, I'll see you all in the next video. Later.